Hey guys, it's Mad Morta, and this is going to be part one of my video work log for my Wii Portable. I have entered it into BitBuild's 2017 building contest, and you have until the 18th of this month to apply if you want to do that. You can either buy something from their store to put into your portable and you'll get entered for free, or it's $2. So I think it's cool. So this is what's going to be the case for the Wii Portable. Most of what I have done right now is just casework, and obviously it needs some more work. But I figured I'm far enough along that there is some progress to report. So I'm calling it the Wii S Lite because it looks like a DS Lite. This is about the size of an original Game Boy, but it's going to be a lot harder to fit in because I'm fitting a much larger screen, as well as making it a clamshell design. So my screen is going to be a 5-inch component screen as opposed to the 4.3-inch composite that I used for the GameCube, which means it has better video and it's larger. It should fit this just about perfectly. And I'm using 3DS buttons. These are the sliders from a 3DS, and all the other buttons came from it. This is how I'm going to be doing the A, B, X, Y, and D-pad buttons. This is a D-pad circuit board from the new 3DS, and it fits perfectly, under a D-pad, except for the screw holes, which are off, but I'm going to have to drill those anyway, so that's fine. I only have one of these, so I have a second one in the mail, because I didn't realize it would fit these as well, which it does, which is so amazing. I can't even tell you. Think about how much space you're saving by not having to cut out a circuit board and glue it on there. It's amazing. So, you can tell it fits. It's not made to fit it, but it does fit it. And all the buttons click because it's clicky, like it should be, which is awesome. this thing is so thin, and it has these little soldering things, which means that you can choose however you want to orient it. And you also get to, or I also get to choose how I want to orient my joysticks, because as you can tell, they're facing in different directions, which normally would be a problem, except that I'm going to be using a GC Plus board, which basically is a GameCube controller brain, but you don't have to cut up a GameCube controller. And it also allows you to change stuff inside the Wii settings, that lets you invert the axes of your joysticks, and it also lets you use 3DS joysticks to their full range, because when you're using these for a GameCube controller, it doesn't count them as being pushed all the way to the left, even if it is, because I have a smaller range than the GameCube joystick. So that fixes that, and it's also a lot smaller than it would be if you had to cut out a GameCube controller. And it's going to be a lot less messy too, because it's made specifically for this, and it has all these nice little soldering tabs to solder to. So it's going to be great. I have a whole bunch of stuff in the mail. I had pretty much everything I needed for this, but then I had to take apart a bunch of it for the to fix the GameCube. So I'm ordering different parts this time around. You guys really should check out BitBuilt. If you haven't yet, it is a lot more up to date and active than Mod Retro. Although Mod Retro does have a lot of good information that's worth surfing through, a lot of it is out of date. So, for those of you who don't know, Wii Portables have pretty much replaced GameCube Portables. They can do a lot more with a lot less. So, this is a trimmed Wii motherboard. It's tiny. I think it's smaller than even the smallest GameCube trim, so it's pretty little. There's even a smaller trim than this that's about the size of a Game Boy Color cartridge, but those are super difficult, and only, I think, 2 people have done it so far. It draws a lot less power, noticeably less power. So I think, just based on what I've seen, it looks like per cell you get about an hour of battery life, but of course it's going to depend on your screen and your fan and your volume and all that, efficiency. So we'll see. I might need to get a different battery, but for now the one I'm using is this. It's just 2 cells, which should give me about 2 hours of battery life, but I'd be okay with an hour and a half or up. So I may be able to fit a 3rd cell into here, but it's going to be a really close call. But for sure I can fit 2. It does have battery indicators this time built in. Those 4 squares at the top there are LEDs. It's able to charge and play at the same time, and it charges using a micro USB, and all of those are really appealing things that I really wanted to have. So I have built my regulators. You can run the whole Wii off of a 5-volt battery. You could actually run it off of a 3.3 volt if you could find one. But you need 5 volt for the USB. So, and for my fan, because my fan is labeled as being 3.3 volt, but it's actually 5 volts. So, yeah, but you need to supply the Wii with 1.15 and 3.3 volt, and it boots up. But like I said, you will need 5 volt for the USB, and that's where your games are stored and where the software for this is. So other benefits of the Wii besides it being small and you know, being more power efficient, and it generates less heat too, so you're gonna have less of heating issues. Let's see what else. You can do a whole lot more with it too. And you don't need a Wasp Fusion, because those are out of production now. Looks like I got one of the last ones. And they're pretty much impossible to find anywhere now. The only place that they're online right now is Alibaba, and they're not really for sale there. They have like a thing where if you can buy 300 of them for 15 bucks each, which is like thousands of dollars, then they'll make some just for you. But other than that, no one's getting any. So I will be making another GameCube portable, but this is my priority now. This is definitely coming first. I'm really excited for it. And I'll show you what all it can do in just a second. Let's see, here's my fan. Oops. Okay, so the Wii, I'm hoping to have it in there like this, with double tacked mods for the L and R buttons, and also Z and Start will be next to those. So R button, Z, L button, Start. So actually be more like here and here, but I'd like to put some infrared LEDs in here and here because these are hollow for Wii remote support. There's some games like I guess the majority, if not all, of Super Paper Mario, you don't need to point at the screen. Mario Kart, you don't need to point at the screen. There's some games where you do and some where you don't. But if you do, I want it to have full support. So we're gonna see. I ordered my infrared LEDs, and I have no idea how well it's gonna work. But it looks like you can, by just mounting regular infrared LEDs, you can use your Wii remote at whatever distance you want. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put a very short heat sink on these. And here's my fan. It's 5 millimeters tall, which is tiny. It runs off 5 volts, and it sucks air in through here and blows it out this side. So it's going to go this way and blow air out that way, so it's not towards you or your hands. And if you look right here, I may or may not be able to fit another GameCube controller port. I think that would be awesome to have. But it can't go on any of these sides because my 2 batteries are going here. So really the only place I could put it would be along here somewhere, and the air is blowing out there. So I don't think I'll be able to fit it, but if I do, it'll go here. It's unlikely though. But the cool thing about this is you can do multiplayer with Bluetooth, because you just add the Bluetooth module in, and then you can have up to 4 Wii remotes. So you don't actually have to have external ports to do multiplayer, although it would be cool to add a second one just for fun, but I don't think it's going to happen. Like I said, we'll have to see. A lot of this is just, it's hard to tell until you have everything. I'm not going to do Wi-Fi. You can add Wi-Fi or not, it's up to you. So there's software called Portabilize Me that takes away the need for you to have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connected in order for it to boot. Oh, but one last thing before I show you Portabilize Me. These are like indented because these joysticks actually do stick up a bit. So I indented everything so that it would be completely flush, so when you close it, it won't touch the screen. Okay, so here is a Wii, and let me turn my TV on. So it has custom software on it on this little tiny itty bitty flash drive in the back, and these size flash drives go all the way up to 128 gigabytes at least, maybe more. Okay, so I'm turning on the Wii on. I'm turning the Wii on now, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so you can choose whatever music you want to play in the background, and I'm kind of navigating slow because I'm using a Wavebird with one hand, not a Wii remote. So you can do GameCube games, you can do Wii games, virtual console games, and a whole bunch of emulators. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It has a built-in memory card, basically. I'm gonna play one of these just because it's faster to boot up than like a GameCube game. Let's see. Sure, why not? So as you can tell, you don't need a Wii remote to navigate the menu, which is kind of huge. That was the main thing with Wii Portables, was that you can see lines on the screen, but that's totally not there. That's my camera making weird random lines for no reason. So you can see that's working. Let's see, is it this? Is it this? Looking for the button to there. So you can navigate, let's see. So you can see, you know, all the games that I've got. Here. I think there is a button combination that you can press and bring you back to the main menu, but I don't remember it, so. That's kind of catchy. Oh my god, this is so much better sounding than not on a Game Boy. Woo! Oh my god, I messed that up really bad. Playing with one hand is really hard. Okay, well I can't do that with one hand, but you can tell that everything's you know, manageable with just the GameCube controller. Although if you do want to use the Wii remote, like I said, all you need is the Bluetooth module, and you can use that, and that's kind of more comfortable for probably Super Nintendo games. Anyway, so that's that. There's Wii games too. That's Super Paper Mario. I found that Wii games are actually a bit harder to come by online, but oops, I need a Wii remote for that, which I don't actually have right now. I put it somewhere, I don't know where, so I guess I won't show you that one. But you can tell it did boot up, so that's pretty much it for the Wii Portable, so thank you guys for watching.